going on, guys? It's Cynical and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 3 video. Today for you guys, we're going to be talking about 8 cool little details in Kingdom Hearts 3 you might not know. These are a couple of tricks as well as some Easter eggs and, well, of course, little details in the game. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. Cypher mentioned in Twilight Town. So you guys have probably noticed by now that there are no Final Fantasy characters to be seen whatsoever.
I'm looking, I can't see nothing. I can't see, oh, well, there's that furry red-nosed bastard over there, but aside from that, I can't see shit!
Cypher from Final Fantasy VIII was a prominent character within Kingdom Hearts 2 and sort of acted as the Twilight Town bully to a certain extent. He was known for his supreme struggle skills, but just as the pattern has followed in Kingdom Hearts 3, like all other Final Fantasy characters, Cypher unfortunately did not make the cut. He's nowhere to be seen in Twilight Town. However though, if you actually wander around Twilight Town for a little while, you might notice that a lot of the locals actually talk about a few different things, including the 7 Wonders, as well as a lot of talk about the goddamn bistro. But after a while, you might actually come across these two talking about Cypher and how he's actually gone off to do some sort of warriors training.
I haven't seen Cypher around in a while. You didn't hear? Like he took off with Fu and Rai on some warrior's journey kind of thing.
So, who knows, maybe in the next Kingdom Hearts game, or maybe Kingdom Hearts 4 will return to Twilight Town, and Cypher will finally be an actual bona fide badass. Perform some Keyblade transformation combo finishes early. Some of the Keyblade transformations that you're able to use throughout the game actually allow you to perform its combo finisher without actually having to perform the entirety of the combo itself. This comes in handy for specifically if you want to rush to that ultimate combo finisher without actually having to go through the extent of the entire combo. But keep in mind, not all Keyblade transformations allow you to do this, but as soon as you start performing your combo with your Keyblade transformation, as you guys can see here, I'm using Hyper Hammer, press circles straight after that, and Sora will skip straight towards the combo finisher. Now, like I said, this only works with a few of the Keyblade transformations. For the shield transformations, unfortunately, this doesn't work, as well as the gun and bazooka based transformations. Also keeping in mind, Nano Arms and Second Form also doesn't allow you to perform this cool little trick as well. A familiar pirate ship. The pirate ship from the Phantom Storm Gummi ship mission from Kingdom Hearts 2 can actually be found lying in absolute debris after we, destroyed it to smithereens in KH2. Yeah, it can actually be found lying in debris within the Misty Stream Galaxy in Kingdom Hearts 3, lying on a bunch of space rocks close to that of the Pirates of the Caribbean world. This is a nice little nod to a previous Gummi ship boss lying around in the galaxy. Loved this little touch that Square decided to throw in. A nice little Hercules Easter egg within the Olympus world. This obviously makes sense because, well, I mean, we are in Olympus, so, expecting to see at least a couple of the film's respective little references within the world itself kind of comes expected, but this is a cool little one. Originally found by a user lost artist, the handprints of Hercules and the hoofprints of Pegasus can be found by Hercules' statue in the Olympus world. We see them actually doing this in the film itself on some concrete within Thebes, but it's cool that Square Enix decided to chuck such a little detail into the world. You actually can get a better look at the handprints when you first visit Olympus before the statue is absolutely destroyed, because afterwards, unfortunately, there is some scaffolding sort of blocking your way, but you can still get a good view of it. The 10,000 Heartless fight is actually endless. So you guys might notice that when you're obviously going through the scenario of the 10,000 Heartless fight, when you first make your way to the Keyblade Graveyard, there is like an enemy gauge at the top left of the screen. Now the way that this scenario works is by the time the bar is almost half empty, you can then summon the Magic Coaster attraction ride. Now this is actually the only way to finish this scenario, by activating the Magic Coaster attraction flow ride, using Chimney Flare to destroy a few of them, and then after a while you should get the finish prompt. That finish prompt is what it is. It literally does finish the scenario itself, but unless you actually select the finish prompt, you can actually keep riding on the Magic Coaster attraction flow ride absolutely blasting all of those tiny demon ants on the ground to smithereens. Furthermore though, you don't even have to jump on the magic coaster, you can actually continue to just keep grinding and grinding and grinding enemies on the ground, to the point where you can even take the bar down to absolutely nothing but a little tiny sliver. Now there is absolutely no way to finish up the 10,000 Heartless fight without actually jumping on the magic coaster, then performing the finish prompt, so you can literally spend as much time as you want to in the 10,000 Heartless fight and absolutely slay to your heart's content. Now really, there's no great benefit or bonus to actually doing this. I mean, if you want to sort of grind out a couple of levels before you head into the Keyblade graveyard stuff, then you can sort of do that here, as you can just continually grind enemies. But the XP values here really aren't the greatest, and I wouldn't say that this is the ideal spot to do grinding. However, I think the most satisfying part about doing this little trick here is the just mass amounts of synthesis items you get once you've destroyed just hundreds and thousands of these suckers. If you actually decide to grind this out for a little while, then decide to finish the scenario, you'll find yourself absolutely surrounded in synthesis pods. And this is going to actually be a really good way to get a lot of like writhing stuff, B2X stuff, sinister stuff. So if you want to get some of those materials up for the materials list, then this is actually a really good way to do so. The A113 Easter eggs. Pixar is renowned for chucking in all sorts of little cool references and Easter eggs into their films, but the A113 Easter egg is definitely the most prominent throughout most Pixar films, and even including Disney films and other films of the likes too. A113 is a reference to the classroom that a lot of the different animators at Pixar were in during the time of them learning digital animation. And of course, because we do have Pixar properties now in Kingdom Hearts 3, for all three of the Pixar properties that have appeared in the game, the A113 Easter egg follows suit. In Toy Story, you can actually come across two A113 Easter eggs. The first one is on a number plate outside of Andy's house, and the second one is on an aisle sign in the playground section. In Monsters Inc., you'll notice one above this door in the construction site area, and for the likes of Ratatouille, you'll notice this Easter egg plastered on a tin shortly before you start performing the minigame. Pixar short film references. If we make our way to Andy's room in the Toy Box world and go over to the bookshelf, we'll notice a bunch of books, and on the spines we can clearly see their titles. For a few of the books, they are actually references to that of some very old Pixar short films that obviously play before the feature-length film. In this case, we can see references to Tin Toy, Red's Dream, The Adventures of Andre and Wally B, as well as Knick Knack, an homage to one of Square's older IPs. Einhander is one of Square's older IPs that released back in 1997 and is a scrolling shooter game that released for the PlayStation 1. Now, a few of you guys might know this, but a lot of the Einhander team were actually responsible for the Gummi ship system in Kingdom Hearts 3. And because the Gummi ship has obviously very similar themes to that of Einhander, being spaceship shooty action, the team saw fit to actually reference Einhander hard in Kingdom Hearts 3. The sort of secret boss for the Gummi ship system in the game is actually a direct reference to Einhander in itself. Scorchgeist is actually one of the bosses from Einhander, in case some of you guys might have been confused and thinking this is actually a heartless enemy or nobody enemy of the sorts. No, this is actually an enemy ripped from a completely different Square game. The other really cool thing is, in Kingdom Hearts 3, you can actually drive the main ship that you drive in Einhander within the Gummi ship system. Known as Endymion, I probably mispronounced that to the absolute days, but yes, that is sort of the main ship that is plastered all over the cover art for Einhander. And if you take a picture of the Endymion constellation found in Misty Stream, you then unlock the ship. So that is pretty cool, especially seeing, you know, a different Square game being referenced in Kingdom Hearts, seeing as Final Fantasy generally seems to be the main vocal point in terms of a Square cameo appearing in Kingdom Hearts. But it actually gets a little bit cooler than that. If you enter into the Scorchgeist boss fight, a really cool version of Thermosphere will play during this fight. This is one of the tracks from the game itself, although this version right here is actually a specific Kingdom Hearts 3 arranged version.
think it's hostile.
However, if you actually do enter this fight with the Endymion ship, it actually plays the very original PlayStation 1 version of Thermosphere from Einhander.
I think it's hostile.
So really cool little Easter egg right there, thought I'd chuck it into the mix. But however guys, that is 8 cool little details in Kingdom Hearts 3 that hopefully some of you guys didn't know about. Comment section down below, please do leave your thoughts and opinions. With that being said though guys, I'm Cynical, hope you're having a fantastic day, and until next time guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.